Okay, you can see that I've divided the head in half again. Now we're going to start working on the eye. Select the face that represents the eye and click on the bevel icon to bring up the bevel panel. Change the angle to 90 degrees. This way, when we click and execute a bevel, the bevel that's created will be flush with the face that was used to create it. We'll resize this by using the bevel slider in the bevel panel. Once you're happy with the results, repeat the operation. Select the newly created face and click on the bevel icon again. Note that the new loop was created using the settings from the previous. So now we're going to resize this. Now the eye is still very boxy, so we're going to use the Slice by Plane tool again to create a loop that will divide the eye. That way we'll have more geometry to use to round it out. And at the same time, we're also going to drag down another loop for the brow, once again so that we can help the shape be a little bit more refined. We're not looking to create too much detail at this point, but we're just slowly working and adding to what we have. So now go into point mode and use the rectangular select tool. Make sure the backside is not checked and select these points. Use the scale tool to move them outward. Now note that we still need a little more geometry, so we'll select a face on the side of the head and use the Slice by Plane tool again to create yet another loop. Okay, now select these points and drag them outward. Now we're going to go in and use the Control key to select individual points in small groups so that we can refine the shape even more. Okay, and now we're going to add another loop, but this time I'll use the Add Edge tool. I personally prefer the Add Edge tool over the Polygon Draw tool because the Polygon Draw tool is not guaranteed to add each point to an edge. So by using the Add Edge tool, you're much less likely to create bad geometry or geometry that doesn't smooth as you would like it. Now select the faces in the center of the eye. And we're going to move them in just a little to make visualizing the eye opening easier. Now we're going to go in and do some more point editing. So using the rectangular select tool in point mode, select all the points that we've just modified and drag them all outward. This helps round out the side of the head even a little more. Now I'm going to go in and just edit, looking to refine the shapes and curves slowly but surely. And like I said, nothing too drastic. Note that as I change points or move points around that are on the edge that divides the head, I do that in the left viewport. This guarantees that these points stay on that same plane. so that when I use simply symmetry to divide or to mirror the halves and create the whole head again, the geometry is predictable. Now I'm going to use the Add Edge tool, or the Slice by Plane tool, again to create just a single edge. And then the Add Edge tool to create some odd geometry at this point. So see here that there's a triangle and a 5-pointed polygon. Don't worry about that at this point. That'll be adjusted in the following tutorials. But as a rule, try to keep as many quads as possible. Now, we're going to add another edge that moves, or that goes inward to the eye. This will be used later to help create the tear duct. So this is basically all the geometry that will be done at this point.